Hey guys. Now we're recording.
Can I hear my voice? Yes, I can.
You can. Well, we're recording now. We've already done the mic check.
We did the mic check? No one asked me?
He was listening this whole entire time.
Oh, did you hear my voice? Was it good? Okay, I feel good about that.
You guys, welcome back to The Struggle with Candice Thompson. And that voice you heard right there is Brenda Colonna. She's back.
Hi, guys.
To be my co-host today.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to be kind.
She's trying to be kind. You're always kind. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not kind. All right, well, that's my struggle. We'll go into
Yeah, we'll talk in a second. Yeah. Sit tight. To my loyal fans who keep coming back to The Struggle, thank you for doing that. To my new fans, thank you for discovering The Struggle. The Struggle is a podcast where I have my friends come on and we talk about things we're struggling with because being an adult sucks a lot of the time. And it's an endless pool of material. You can find me at Jokes by Candice on social media, CandiceThompsonComedy.com. And now, Brenda, where can everyone find you?
On Instagram.
On Instagram?
Yeah. On
Instagram.
Hey, it's the first time I'm saying come to my Instagram.
Well, now you have to say your Instagram.
What is it?
Your name.
Oh, just is it at like Twitter or
no? Just at Brenda Colonna.
Oh yeah, thank you.
She was like, I was like, where can they find you? On Instagram.
Instagram.
Okay, but
on there.
You sound like my mom. Like that's what
I feel like it. I haven't been out in the world in like 5 years, so I don't really know what to do. I feel like Austin Powers.
You're like a 65-year-old looking at social media.
Yeah, sorry. You can find me on Instagram at Brenda Colonna. Colonna.
That is
Please
correct.
come. Follow me.
Follow her.
Thank you.
She's very enlightening on there. Enlightening in general, but also on Instagram, which is not what you normally see. So if you want a refreshing timeline, go to Brenda Colonna on Instagram.
That's a plug.
Right?
Yeah, you're good at this.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome again.
Season.
And now I'm going to introduce our hilarious guest for the day, Miss Kennelia Stradwick.
Hi.
Kennelia! Hey. I'm so happy you were able to make it. The last time I reached out, she was like, I can't do that.
My schedule has been a little,
yeah.
So no, I can do this today. Hi. I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me at Kennelia on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, Kennelia.com. Check out my calendar, have some shows, I think. And I have a podcast as well called Happy Hour, A Shot of Conversation. That's on iTunes and all apps where podcasts can be heard.
Look at that.
Oh, she good.
Look at that. She does this. You speak like this is what you do. You get paid to speak all the time. You comment on things all the time.
I do. And I was a low rent news anchor. No, I wasn't low rent. I was a traffic news anchor in Sacramento for a year.
You were up north. Yeah, I remember she was up north. I was like, where'd Kennelia go?
Girl, I was out here talking about boxes on the freeway.
Wow, how do you get that gig?
They reached out. Somebody saw my reel floating around. The head of recruiting for Tegna, which is a certain network of stations, about 40 stations. She saw my reel, reached out and was like, hey, we're switching up the show. Have you ever thought about doing a news? I was like,
I haven't, but...
She was like, well, come up here and interview. And I came up and interviewed and they offered me the gig.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. You know, when I was on Long Island visiting my parents, I watched the local news and there was a woman on there that she shouldn't even be on the news.
Girl.
She had a wart on her eye that you could see with the camera. She just had a mustache, a
you
beard.
need to be in production.
Yeah, I was like, what's she doing in front of the camera?
Behind the scenes.
You need to go. Have you ever thought about a future in craft services?
I felt so bad, but I was like,
not with that wart, though. I don't want you serving the food. You cooking the food? With that?
Okay, maybe you should get into audio.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, she should not be on TV.
That's
I couldn't hear anything she said because I couldn't stop staring at her.
That's the dilemma with people with lazy eyes and stuff. You don't want to look at it, but you can't look away at the same time.
And they didn't even try to dress her up. Her clothes were schlubby too.
See, and that's on them because at this one up north,
they were on point.
Oh, if they didn't like your outfit, they would call down. Like, hey, I saw what you had on. It was
hilarious.
Don't wear that anymore.
We need to have a talk.
Yeah, they'll tell you don't wear that no more or get more things like this. They had a
really?
So they had an
image you had to buy your own clothes at this one. They would bring an image consultant in if you were struggling. She would take you to a Nordstrom rack, pick out clothes for you.
I like
Girl,
that.
hair. People
I would have pretended like I was struggling, so I would have gotten the image consultant.
You got to buy the
clothes.
Just
walk in with a bum leg.
Oh,
yeah. But somebody need to take me to the store.
And she was real old school, girl. It's a whole thing. They critique everything.
That was it. Now, were you allowed to be funny at all? Because I know you do stand up. and you act. So it's like you naturally are funny. So it's like, were you able to bring that to the table when you did that? Or were they like, no, this is all business?
They wanted me to, but it was hard because if I'm reporting on traffic and the majority of it is accidents.
Right.
So you can't really
make that funny.
Yeah, you like, it's crazy out there, somebody died. You can't do it. It was so hard for me. That was the one thing I just could not, and they couldn't communicate what they wanted. They were just like, be funny.
So wait, so you were out in the field?
No, I was in studio.
You were in studio. Okay, so you never had like one of those people in the background
with the chopper?
Yeah,
I was gonna say the helicopter.
Chopper 5. No, we didn't
Well,
have
just the people in the back that try to get on the news and they always piss off
yeah. Jumping in.
I wasn't a field reporter. I was just straight in studio, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.
I gotta say, news bloopers are my favorite thing on the online.
Oh yeah, we've watched on YouTube the dude with the jetpack who like tries to take off on the jetpack, but he falls into the water.
And it starts
right now, and he just falls into the water. It's so funny. But yeah, news bloopers are great when people like they mess up the teleprompter or they whatever, they lose their shit.
It's so real. Like every day, somebody's like, "Oh my god, this is gonna end up on the news bloopers." Oh yeah, it's live.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Girl, when my first couple of months, at one point the GM came down and she was like, okay, you're starting to look like a college news station. Like, we got to get it together.
Hilarious.
I was like, I'm sorry.
You guys look like a pop-up news.
I've never
like,
done
this just opened today.
She was like, Kennelia, girl, you've got to get it together. I was like, okay, I'm trying.
And it lasted a year. So did you leave with your on your own volition, or did they fire you? Well, how did it end?
Well, the contract was only 1 year, so I was out anyway. But it was a mutual decision because everybody else is taking this job seriously. If you're a news anchor, you want to be a journalist and you want to have integrity. I wanted to do me and do stand up and host and be a little more flexible. If I would have taken traffic anchoring seriously, then,
you were like, this is instead of waitressing.
Yeah, they wanted me to be like in it, so it was a mutual thing.
Okay, and now you're here. So this is obviously a promotion. You went from that to being on the struggle.
Yes,
right?
I am.
You're not making these. You're not out here making these lateral moves. All right, we going up.
We going straight to the top. Yes.
All right. So my struggle for this week, really quick struggle, was so I did a podcast like a week and a half ago, if that, and I called it Daily Zeitgeist, which is a really good podcast. If like they talk about politics and stuff like that, but also like they have comedians come on, so they make it funny. At the top of the show, they like asked me a couple of like questions so that the audience can get to know me a little bit better. And they ask everybody like, what is a myth that they have heard like most of their lives that they can debunk? And so what I said is that we have to have 3 meals every day. Like, you don't need to do that, because like I'm a huge proponent of like intermittent fasting in general. And I started talking about what I'm doing right now, which is I'm eating raw vegan. And so I just kept getting sick, and I was like, what's wrong with me? And I was like, I got to go get in deep and cleanse these toxins out. So I'm going raw vegan for right now. So we started talking about this alkaline diet that I started doing, and I got attacked. Like online, I got attacked for saying I don't like broccoli. I don't not like it. I love broccoli. I love the way that it tastes.
Who attacked you? Broccoli?
You would think that's the only
you don't like me.
That's the only thing that had any like justification was the broccoli company.
Yeah. Right?
Like how Oprah got attacked for saying she didn't eat red meat or whatever. But I got attacked by people because I was saying because it's man-made. Mm-hmm. So I said it was a hybrid vegetable, which I don't think it's a hybrid, but it is definitely man-made. Like, there's no broccoli growing in nature. Like, that is for sure. So people took this. They were like, you sound like one of these flat earthers. Like, who
cares?
Exactly. That is my point.
So sorry.
And not only did I say, I wasn't on there like, you have to eat this. You have to eat I said, this is what I'm doing for me right now. And it got interpreted as, oh, you're one of these anti-vaxxers and blah, 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 blah.
And so
what? If I would, right.
So what if you don't want a vaccine? So what if you don't? Nobody likes broccoli.
Okay, first of all, it is delicious.
But you know, broccoli had you gassy as hell.
But nobody grows up like it. And that is true. And that is one of the reasons why, like, there are certain foods that you can tell by the way the food behaves in your body, whether or not it's good for you or not. And broccoli, I love it so much. Like, I would eat like I roast it. It's delicious.
Wait, can I just say something?
Yeah, yeah.
Some other day.
I think, well, and I don't know, maybe this is a huge generalization, but when you first are introduced to broccoli, you don't like it.
As a child.
Yes.
Because they don't cook it right.
Because it's pretty much not good. You get accustomed to liking it after a while, and then you decide that you're going to like it, and you create different ways. So, like, really, nobody starts off liking broccoli. Because it doesn't really taste that good.
Well, I think here's the thing is when did roasting happen to vegetables? Because when we were kids, nobody's mom was roasting vegetables. And that's the only way to cook a Brussels sprout, right? If you had unroasted, if you steam a Brussels sprout, that is trash. That is who's eating. But that's the way my mom cooked vegetables. She would steam them.
My mom steamed Brussels sprouts, and I like them since
no
young.
one started roast. I'm telling you, our parents weren't roasting vegetables, and I don't know what year it came trendy. But I'm like, I feel like the kids now are eating their vegetables because
Were your parents doing it? Mine weren't.
No, my parents was. My mom was steamed, but it was low key boiling because she would put too much water at the bottom of the pot. So low key she was boiling it.
the water was touching. It was definitely
Mom,
touching.
I think it's boiling. Mom, I think you're boiling it. Yeah, just boiling the veggies. So no,
Which is not. I mean, it's not. When you cook vegetables, they do lose nutrients.
I bet you Martha Stewart's responsible for that. I bet you she put out that magazine doing a bunch of roasting.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know
But
what?
she
Take it
changed
back.
the vegetable game.
When did the Food Network get popping? It was the Food Network.
I think it was Chopped.
It was It was that whole era.
Top
Remember
Chef.
food shows first came in. Everybody was
yeah.
watching the Food Network. Like, yo, I gotta.
Giada, De Laurentiis.
But wasn't Martha
Bobby
Stewart
Flay.
have her own
Paula
show
Deen.
before there was a whole?
Yeah,
She did,
I think
but
she was the first
You
person.
guys are just listing
Yeah.
people now?
Yeah, oh yeah, we're just listing people that have shows.
Cat Cora, wasn't it?
Cat Cora. Yeah. Did you already say Bobby Flay?
Bobby
yeah,
Flay,
Bobby
yeah.
Flay.
We just naming everybody.
Oh, don't forget Rachel Ray. Don't forget
Why?
who was Bam.
Oh,
You know that guy? What's his name? Emerald. Lagasse.
Oh,
I think he may have
He's
been
like
one of the first ones. Yeah.
right?
what's the one that got in trouble during Me Too with the ponytail?
Oh, Mario Batali.
Yeah, that one. Mhm.
Yeah, he the one that opened up, and this is what pissed me
pony.
off because he just opened up at the Grove, not the Grove, Century City, that Italy, which started in New York, which is a huge like marketplace, and they've got like some amazing foods there. They opened one here, and that dropped like right as the accusation. I was like on my way to Italy, and they were like Mario Batali's groping women, and I'm a woman. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. So I couldn't support anymore, but I did go there once.
You know, I have to say, I missed that whole Me Too movement.
Yeah, you did.
I missed that whole thing.
Where were you?
Brenda lives in a cave.
Okay.
I've been in like seclusion for about 4 years. Has it been?
Yeah,
Five, 4 or 5.
I wouldn't say 5.
4?
5, because 5, it's just now 2019. So I think it started maybe in 2000. No.
Before that, 14.
No. What are you that was Creepy Caress in 2014. What are you talking about?
I don't
You've
know.
been in seclusion since probably like 2000, I think, 15 or 16. No, 16.
Right, 2016 was my first date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I really didn't pay much attention to the news beforehand, nor
She didn't.
time.
She didn't pay attention to anything. She didn't know what day it was. I'd be like,
You're like, oh, yeah.
I was like, Brenda, do you Christmas shopping? It's December? She had no clue.
Brenda.
I didn't need to.
She didn't.
Why not?
She
I'm
was
happy.
she was just living life, man.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you really don't need to.
That sounds nice.
It is. It's great.
It is. It's a stress-free way to live.
It is a stress-free. I had to struggle to find something to be struggling about this
Yeah.
week.
See, that's how we trying to live.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
That's your struggle, though. Your
That's-
struggle is you don't have a struggle.
Well, I have a lot of inner
Specifically
struggles.
for this podcast.
Yeah, I was only looking for this podcast, but my struggle is now. Can I go into mine now?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that I have trouble being kind and being funny at the same time.
That is real.
I don't know how to do it, and I noticed because I was really excited about this podcast we did last week, and it was fun to go on. I'm never on social media. I very rarely post anymore, but I went and reposted, and I got excited, and I started posting other things. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to be kind and funny at the same time. I don't know how to do it.
Now,
It's
explain. Explain when you're then kind and mean. I mean, funny and mean.
That's where
Okay.
most funny comes from.
Yeah, well,
Damn.
it's
You making fun of somebody or you making fun of yourself. Like there's a mean.
Damn.
It
element.
starts from a judgment on something.
Yep.
Something that that you want to change, something that you feel entitled to have to say something, and you take somebody down. Now, that's like just joke structure. But for me, I noticed that the thing I enjoy most to make change is cutting down somebody's ego.
Yeah.
And so I go for making somebody to feel really stupid so that they change and hope they change, and then I get some kind of gratification out of it. And so that's the only comic perspective, I understand. So when I went on social media to try to like just, all right, well, I'm gonna be funny, and I was like, oh my god, I have no idea how to do this.
Know how to do this anymore.
I don't know how to be kind. I could be funny and mean, but I don't want to be.
Of course, you don't want to be mean.
Yeah,
that's why I can't fully cross over.
I know,
because I like, and when crossover meaning into like, because we're both like spiritual people and we've like been on journeys, and that's kind of why Brenda was like a recluse for a long time, is because she was so into spirituality and meditation and stuff like that. And with that, like you transcend to a whole, and you're like, I don't need any of this stuff, because all the superficial bullshit that material things and stuff like that, you transcend that. And it's just like, it's a whole nother world that you're living in. And so I had been like, I can't do what you're doing because I'm still in comedy and like I have to, I want to still be doing this. So like I had to detach myself a little bit. I didn't go as far as she did. I wanted to, but I was like, I still gotta be funny. And I still gotta like,
I know.
And it comes from like roast. I can't be on roast battle.
You can't roast nobody.
No.
Yeah, you can't.
Peaceful battle.
When you think about the karmic ramifications of everything that you do. So there's like, oh wait, do you guys want to hear this?
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Okay. So there's cause and effect that exists, right? And so whatever you do is going to come back to you. So even if it's an action, if it's something in your speech or it's something in your thought, it's going to come back to you.
Right.
And so I got tired of saying things that were mean, even like small things. Like, I got to stop doing fart jokes. You know, I love fart jokes.
What's wrong with fart jokes?
I got farts coming at me so much. You have
now
no idea. I need to stop.
Wait, you mean
no, I'm
like
walking
other people's farts?
Yeah, I'm walking. I'm walking, and it was a silly one, but I'm walking into farts everywhere I go. I go to a mall, I got to walk into somebody's farts. I was like, these are all these fart jokes that I was finding funny because
you're surrounded by it.
Yeah, because I'm laughing really hard.
She manifested.
I manifested all those
You
farts.
manifest everything that we put out. Like, if you keep doing it. We were talking about this like with my dating, how I complain about being single all the time. And she's like, that's why.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, and I complain about, but I honestly, I don't care anymore.
And I've dealt with that too. What is it?
I'm post-sexual.
What is that?
I'm not.
No, Candice.
I'm just past sex and guys. I'm literally just doing me right now. And I know that sounds so cliche, but I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that. Like, I'm so happy right now. And just like career-wise, and like, it's not even a thing. Like, I honestly don't need or want sex right now. I don't want it, more importantly, which is
I've been there. I've been there at one point.
Yeah.
And after
how long did it last? After that 2 days.
No, I can go. I can go. See, I go on waves. If I am in a relationship, then I can do it all the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time, like 75 times a day. Like, sir, knock it off. But if I don't have a man around and there's no relationship,
oh yeah,
I cannot even think about it.
Right.
I cannot even think about it.
I went 4 years one time.
Whoa! I went a couple, like two and a half.
I don't know if I go usually a year.
That's your cutoff?
Yeah, like year and a half. Well, I think I'm a little bit longer than I'm probably a year and a half now. But I want to go back to my solution real quick, and then we could go into your struggle. Yeah. I think I'm just going to start finding forgiveness. And I'm going to look for the forgiveness in other people and see where that takes me. I don't know if it's going to be funny or it's not, but at least I'm doing the right thing.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So that's. I guess if you're going to find me on Instagram, that's what you're going to find. You're going to find me trying to be funny. But also trying to find forgiveness.
Oh, we'll let you know if you're not.
Please do.
you know the internets are good for that. The internets ain't shit.
Yeah. Well, but it's very forgiving then, I guess, because if I'm not funny, at least I was forgiving.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
it's win-win for me.
There was one plus out of it. Right.
Yeah. So
all right.
That's my thing.
Okay. So now, Kennelia, what we struggling with?
What are we struggling with? So I have a procrastination. I had. This year I've been choosing my words and I've been saying things differently.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
Yes.
I had a problem with procrastination. I have all these ideas and all these great projects.
Yeah.
And they always are in the works, but I just never get them over the hump. It's always something. And I self-sabotage sometimes. I'll be like, I don't have this, so I can't do it.
So I can't do it.
I'm always working on something.
Right.
So I sat on this idea that was so long, but I was finally making a move on it. I was having meetings with people, organizing, getting crew, camera, all of these things.
Yeah.
Logos made or what. I was working on it. I went to bed one night. Woke up to a text from one of my homeboys and was like, yo, is this your project that you working on? Somebody else came out with them.
The same idea?
Overall, the same general idea.
Yeah.
But not my specific,
but close enough.
But close enough for me to be like.
Was it like a web series or what was it?
Mine is web. Theirs is a show.
That happened to us. We wrote a pilot called Let's Be Lesbians, which was two friends that their husbands and boyfriends ended up going married together and together.
They were cheating with one another.
And then we decided to be life partners that weren't gay.
Yeah.
And then a year later, Grace and Frankie came out with old people.
Still on the air. Just got renewed.
Yeah.
Great friend Baron Vaughn is on that show. Check that out, guys.
So you got to move on projects. That's the thing now. You got to move on it. Because the longer you wait, the longer going to scoop it up, and that's whatever.
Yeah. And it is like, we're talking about all the universe, like in the parallel thinking and stuff like that. You have that idea that other people, it's like it just sparks something in someone else, like you're thinking about the same thing. And it's like, someone's going to do it. And of course, someone who has more money is going to do it first.
Facts.
So then how do you get ahead?
You just got to...
If everybody has let's just break it down what she just said. If it's in the universe and there's simultaneous thinking and two people have the same idea, but one person is financing, one person doesn't, how does the one who doesn't get ahead?
I don't necessarily know if there's a way to get ahead. Just stab him. You just gotta start shooting him. You gotta. I think it speaks though to your creativity. For me, after a while, I was upset at first and I was pissed.
Yeah,
and I felt defeated. But then. And it's just talking to some of my friends. They were like, well, you need to understand now, your ideas, it's not like I'm coming up with ideas that are just random. My ideas are TV worthy. Then your ideas they're money making ideas.
Right.
So if we change our perspective a little bit, it's not, oh damn, I slept on it and I took too long. Yes, you did do that, but the ideas that I got, they damn good ideas.
Yeah.
So just keep making more ideas. Keep working.
You got one good idea. The odds are you probably have. Like for example, came up with Teslas. But then Elon
liar.
Elon punk ass.
Elon Musk.
I was so into what you were saying. I was like, what'd she come up with? And I got so pissed inside when I heard you say Tesla.
And I'm like, yeah, girl, that's weird. You probably
she half paid attention.
You did? Hybrid cars.
I'm to the point. I agree with everything now. Somebody said to me that somebody the other day was like, so and so was a black woman. I forget what it was, and I was like, yeah, I think she sure was, and it ain't even true. But you tell me somebody black, you came up with an idea, I'm gonna go along with it and I'm gonna support. That's a good attitude. I'm gonna be like, Candice came up with Tesla. That's what she said.
That's what she said. So
she said,
that's what I'm gonna believe. Can I ask you what the show is that was your idea?
I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to do that show specifically, but I'm still doing my show.
Right. Okay. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to say it. Okay.
We'll talk about it offline. We'll talk about it offline because I'm still doing mine, and I'm gonna tap you for an episode as well.
Ooh.
You on my list of guests.
Done and done.
You on the guest list. So it's like Candice Thompson.
Done and done. So with your procrastination, what have you done to like change your behavior? Like you said you said you're better this year. I mean, I granted, what is it? The 20th day in January.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
So, but you said you think you're not procrastinating as much anymore?
I'm looping other people in. So I have accountability. That's great. Issues. Yeah. So now if I have something that I know needs to get done, I know who to tell and I know
that's great.
Who'll keep me on task. And if they don't,
kind of like a nanny.
Yeah. Exactly. We have
an adult nanny. Don't you think that people who are adults should have nannies?
I mean, but the nanny, what are they doing? Are they wiping your butt or what we doing?
No, not like a hospice nurse.
Necessary. Like if my legs were broken, then yes.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, if not, maybe just coming to your house once or twice a week and checking up on you, giving you some orange juice, some motivation,
lady.
And hugs.
Motivation. Lady, basically.
No, not cleaning lady. Somebody's going to hang out with you and keep you accountability for your behavior.
Yeah.
Keep you accountable for your behavior.
Yeah, like if
that's
you
just
have
like a homegirl.
No, because she's got to give me hugs.
Your homegirls, you can hug your homegirl.
Long hugs.
You want a long one?
Yeah, like long. Like
you want like nestle. Like you want to nestle into the bosom.
Yeah, like I want to put my head in a pair of tits.
Nice pair of pendulous bosoms.
Yeah, just nuzzle up like a hot dog. I can't do that with my friends. It gets weird.
She tried once. Yeah. And I was like, bitch, get off my chest.
It's weird.
I think it gets... with a friend, you're too comfortable. So it's like, it's easy for me to dismiss something that my friend says that's like holding me accountable for something. I'd be like, just shut up and move on. But if someone that I'm not friends with is like, you need to do this,
Right.
I take them more seriously. And that's so messed up, but it's true. That's just how we behave.
Yeah.
I find it, for me, it works if I tell a friend who is achieving at a higher rate than me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but I see the work working for them. So I tell them, and I'm like, I need you to keep me accountable about this.
Yeah.
So when they give it back to me, I'm like, yeah, he told me to do my shit because he working and I'm out here not working.
That's great. I've tried to apply that just in general with like things that I'm working on. Like, I don't want to work with people who like are less than, like done less than. Like, I always want to surround myself with people who are working harder, more successful. And I mean, that might sound like opportunistic, but no, it's just like, that's what I'm striving for. So it's like, I'm done with working with people that don't know as much or have as much to contribute.
Let me reframe that for you. It's the same exact thing that you're saying.
Yeah.
You're vibrating at a higher frequency and you're meeting those people that are successful at the same frequency. So it's not, what was the word you called? Like, opportunist. It's not opportunist. It's just finding your tribe.
Right. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. But some people might, hear that and they're like, oh, you're like a
We don't want the broccoli people coming at you after this podcast.
Those motherfuckers.
No, I think I took it. I hear it as you hang out with people. Don't be the smartest person in the room.
Right.
Don't be the achiever in your crew. If you are the only achiever or you doing better than everybody, you need to get you a new crew.
New friends. Speaking of which.
Yeah, I just dumped a few. I got to tell you. I just went through a whole dumping of people just because.
How you dump them? What do you say?
Leave.
You just be like, do you say I'm done?
Sometimes I tell them the city's coming and they got to go.
The city. Oh. The city? Can we talk about that?
No, don't.
No, what is the city?
Well, that's another offline conversation.
Okay. No, but I do like, it depends. Sometimes I'm very clear about it. And if they don't get the picture, then I just go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't even need to have a conversation about it. Sometimes you just stop communicating with those people. You're like, oh.
I think a conversation is always good because you don't want to leave somebody questioning and then wondering what they did wrong because that's hurtful.
Of course. But now you told me a situation the last time I saw you about someone who you reached out to and like, I should have just left you alone.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just saying there are certain toxic people who a conversation, because it's going to go the same way.
Well, you don't leave, like, look, I left that circumstance because of toxicity. But these other ones aren't toxicity. It's just because they're not sharing the same type of consciousness in which I'm striving to be.
Right.
That's different.
Right. But it could also, I'm just saying in general, you could be dealing with someone who's toxic, and that's a situation where it don't matter how you get out of that.
Yeah. I think
kill them.
I think the way I think the best way to look at that is, why are you going back? Are you going back because you want something, or has the circumstance brought it back?
Right.
And I went back because I wanted something. And so I wanted to, I don't know, make some sort of amends. There was just something inside me that
it's the good person in you. Yeah. You're talking about like forgiveness just like not that long ago. So it's like you're a type of person I've always wanted closure. Like when I have a relationship that ends, I've always been like that. Ended with a guy, or I've been dumped on most occasions.
Really?
But yeah. I think I've only
like straight up dumped, or they just kind of fizzle out.
Just broken up with. Like I've never been the dumper except on one occasion, and that was barely
a long time ago. Right?
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the high school college boyfriend.
No, even that I was the dumped in that one, the college one. I had one relationship, like I was just out of college with a really good friend of mine, and he had been like in love with me, and I tried. I didn't feel the chemistry was there romantically, but I tried it, and we tried for like a month, I think, and I just couldn't feel it, and so I ended up, breaking up with him. But I think that was the only time that I've ever like been like, nah.
So, but are they dumping you like,
for numerous reasons?
This ain't work? Do they say straight out like, this ain't working? Or is it kind of just like they just stop texting?
It's not. It'll be not. No one's just stopped. They'll always give an explanation. So, and I've never ended like, and all my relationships have just kind of like either just fizzled out or whatever. It's never been anything dramatic where it's like they're screaming and whatever. Yeah. I've never attracted that. But except for the gay sociopath that I dated. You guys both know who I'm talking about. And but yeah, other than that, so. But the one time I did like even like with a guy who, when I was like in my early 20s, when I was still living in Cincinnati, there was a dude who I met like in Kentucky. I used to commute back and forth to Kentucky every Wednesday, and I met a guy there who started dating. Next thing you know, and we're like dating for like 2, maybe 3 weeks, and I find out he has a live-in girlfriend. And
so that means that he thought you were the side piece.
Absolutely.
I always want to know how people pulling that off. Like, if you live with somebody, how are you pulling this off?
Who has the time? You're gonna get caught.
Like, I see you. Like, I see you texting another woman.
No,
we live together.
You go to take your phone to the bathroom.
That's why you in the bathroom with that phone.
That's suspicious.
Why you in the bathroom?
Why you got to take your phone?
Everybody takes it. I take my phone
but this
to
was
the bathroom all the
Cincinnati.
time.
So what year was this? This was back in the day.
a long time.
So this was before we was on these phones.
Early
She
20s.
had a Motorola
Oh yeah,
razor.
no, there was no right.
You weren't taking a razor in the bathroom. You wasn't
one
getting
of those-
no Wi-Fi. You wasn't none of that.
Pretty woman phones. One of those big things with the strap on it.
You going in there with the car phone? Remember the car had the book bag? You going in the bathroom with that book bag?
Did you know that they made fake car phones
Yes,
so that
I
you
believe
could impress people? The first car phones that were those big bulky ones, they made ones that didn't work so that people could see you and be like, oh, he's fancy. He's rich. He's got a car phone.
I believe that.
But when you would get out the car, you had to take the little book bag with you because you couldn't leave it in the car because it was like $1,000. You had to take the book bag into the restaurant.
Oh, but back to what I was saying. So the guy who I found out was cheating on me with his girlfriend. And I found out, I don't know how I found out, but it was easy for him because I didn't live there. I lived in Cincinnati. So I was just there like on Wednesdays. So he had the whole rest of the week to run amok. And we didn't like sleep together. We like had made out on a couple of occasions, but it wasn't serious. It was like a 3-week time span. So, but after I found out that he was a trash person, I sent him.
He was a trash.
Oh, he was a trash person. So I sent him a letter. I was like, I'm going to write. Because I was like, I don't want to.
I'm going to write him a letter.
I did.
Wow.
I wrote him a 4-page letter.
I was about to sing it too. And I enclose it with a kiss.
R.I.P. Aaliyah, R.I.P.
Get it on time, girl.
What did it say?
Oh, I don't remember what it was so long ago. I don't remember. I mean, really, I'm only 27, so it wasn't that long ago.
I've written I'm sorry letters.
Cornelia's face.
Facts.
That's an ongoing joke we have on the podcast.
No, but I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
27.
me too.
So, yeah, Brenda, we're all 27. We've been 27 for years.
I'm 28, to be honest.
Oh.
I was always a year older
you switched it up on us?
Well, no, I'm trying to be honest.
With a lie. I'm trying to be honest with this lie here.
Sick of lying.
So yeah, I don't remember what it said. I just remember being like, I just remember I felt really good after I wrote it. I just remember being like, I'm taking the high road and he needs to know about himself. And I'm going to do it in a very mature way, which is writing this letter. But he going to know. Because I've always been about we need to tell dudes when they be fucking up. You know, because so often we let it slide and we don't address it. Yeah. But now, like, and just as I've gotten like older, and I do it more so now even than I did then. But like, I'm gonna tell you. So maybe you'll at least I did my job and I told you. So maybe now you can take this information and like try and be a better person the next time. Whether or not they do, that's on them. But at least I said my part and made them aware.
Mm-hmm. I think in my cases, they knew what they did and they knew all of that. I'm to the point. If I'm telling you about yourself, it's for me. It's just so I can get it out because people know when I was a fuckboy back in the day. Can we curse?
Yes.
I was a fuckboy back in the day. And when I was a fuckboy, I knew I was a fuckboy. And I knew what I was doing.
Are you calling yourself a fuckboy?
I used to be a fuckboy.
What
so
is
if you were a fuckboy, it's just somebody who just ain't shit. Like
usually a womanizer. You're calling yourself a fuckboy.
I was a fuckboy.
Who's the fuck? I'm so confused.
It's the easiest way to describe a fuckboy is a womanizer, someone who just has sex with people with no intention of ever having any relationship with them, but also leads people on. So I don't know if you did that.
So you were doing
I didn't
that
lead them on. I wasn't having sex just to be having sex. I was hanging out with people just to see what they would do for me.
Yeah, that's you're using.
Yeah, people. I was using people. Like, so I was a fuckboy.
Yeah.
But if somebody would have told me about myself and would have been like, you a fuckboy, I'd have been like,
cared.
Yeah, I'm a fuckboy. Like, I would have known.
You would have embraced it.
Yeah, you can't, I know I'm a fuckboy. So now if I have to get something off my chest with a guy, he does something, I feel like he did something to me, I'm doing it just for me. Because he knows.
Mm-hmm.
They know.
Here's the thing, is out here they don't be knowing. Some people aren't self-aware. They're really not.
I want to expand on that.
Good point.
I agree with you. I think that if we tell somebody the post-breakup how we feel, it is for us so that we can get it out. We're not holding it in, even on a cellular DNA level.
Closure.
Closure. You got to get it out. You have to get it out in some way. Whether you're going to sing it just like that. Like,
had to get it out.
However, I don't
the
think...
two-part harmony.
However, I don't think that people really know what they're doing.
You don't?
No. I think that they're aware of who they're being. Like you said, I'm a fuckboy. I know it. I'm proud. But I don't think you really knew what you were doing. I don't think you really knew... Actually, I know that you really didn't know what you were doing because you changed. And so if you did know what you were doing, then, like if you knew you were really actively hurting somebody, you wouldn't have done it. If you knew you were devaluing somebody and made them feel like they were worth nothing, even your time, with the sense of arrogance, and I've done this, by the way, with the sense of arrogance that I'm better than you, you wouldn't have actually done it. You didn't really know what you were doing. You just knew that like you were behaving an element of a personality that you felt comfortable being at the time.
But you didn't know the damage that was being done.
I don't
on
know.
you or them.
I'm speaking of I met someone recently and just having conversations with it. It depends on how you view the world and your perspective.
Of course.
Because I know someone who, if something he does is hurtful to you, he felt like doing it, he had no ill intent. How you felt based on his action, that's on you. To him, it's like, that's on you. I had no intention to hurt you. So whether I hurt you or not, I didn't mean to, and I didn't have no intention. But if you took it that way, that's on you. So I think some people do know what they're doing. They just have a different perspective on how it's received by the other person.
Right. And I agree with you. I guess what I'm saying, though, that there's always a higher perspective to that, because then if that person knew the hurt in the other person's heart and felt it themselves, they would refrain because they wouldn't want to be hurt themselves. And that's what catapults people into change.
It takes,
And so from that perspective, always going up and always increasing your awareness and self-improvement, I don't think that anybody, when they're hurting somebody else, knows what they're doing. And so even when from killing somebody or from when ignoring somebody, I think you still really don't know what you're doing to them, and you don't know what you're doing to yourself. Because if you knew what you were doing to yourself, you really wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And that karma. If you knew the ramifications of karma, because it's coming back.
And in any way, though, in different forms. Karma can take 10 years. It can hit them kids.
Well,
it can hit you.
Absolutely.
That's the thing about karma.
But does karma, you would be a good person to ask this question, Brenda. Does karma, your karmic, what's the word? What happens to you after you did something bad?
Or good.
Or good. Does that, the repercussions of that happen in this lifetime? Or is it the next lifetime?
It could. I mean, I don't know. That's the workings of it.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess it depends on how aware you are and how present you are to be able to see it. Like for me personally, because I've been so far removed from most of life, I tend to watch the unfoldment of my life happen, and I see things like the farts. I see them happen pretty quickly. And so
back to the farts.
No, I know, but like I see it happen. It's small and it's easy, but like it's a fun example, right? Yeah, it's like it's a currency, and so it's a credit card, and so everything that you spend, you're going to have to pay for, and if you don't pay for it in this life, you'll pay for it in the next.
If you don't do,
and you're also paying for the stuff that you've done in former lives.
For sure.
Whatever the amount of ignorance that you have when you're born, that is accumulated, and also the realization has been accumulated from past lives up until now. And then you choose a family to be in that have both doors. For your realization to keep you, it'll keep you completely closed if you make one decision, or it'll open up. It's like your realization. For the
red
other.
pill, blue pill.
Yeah, and those are the parents that you chose, and then you go from. Your
I
life
chose
there.
my parents.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did I?
I said that on stage the other day, and people, because they think it's funny, like, I'm glad I chose them.
Why?
And then
did
people
I
laugh, but it's like
parents?
I did.
Did I answer your question?
There's a reason for it, huh?
I never thought I would have chose my parents.
What's my reason for choosing Kenny and Ophelia? I want to know.
Your mom's name is Ophelia.
Just because your mom's name's Ophelia.
I love that. Yeah, me too.
I chose Kenny and Ophelia.
Ophelia.
What? I
love
did?
it.
Yeah,
you did.
Did I answer the question?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't look. I don't know.
And again, this is just, for people who, because I'll probably get some hate about this.
This is the broccoli people come at me about karma.
Right.
Like, actually,
this is
that's
what,
not.
The spirituality we believe, like, this is what we're taught. And, like, this is what we believe. So if you don't believe, that's fine.
Yeah. And this is just my understanding of how I live my life. And that's
And
it.
if you have a different understanding, then let us know, because that's another conversation
or
we
if
could
you
have.
have a problem with what I'm saying, then get bigger problems.
Right.
Yeah. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Right. I'm still mad at broccoli.
I mean, but broccoli, and
I'm still mad at broccoli.
things like eating and diets and dietary restrictions, for some stupid reason, that gets people really in their feelings.
Man, the vegans,
And I think I think what it does.
Get mad.
This is. I was going to say people get mad at vegans.
Both.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
And I think part of it, I think it's like threefold. I think there's many different layers to it. And maybe it's not even three, maybe it's more. I don't know. But I think a lot of it has to do with people automatically assume that people who eat clean and eat healthy are judging other people.
They do.
Like all the time.
Because mostly they are.
Mostly? Could be.
Yeah. It's all right. I hate to bring it back to spirituality, but it's the same thing. Like
it's
when people
it's all
have
connected.
like a level of awareness, like they open up, right, and they have some sense of vision.
Yeah.
And it's so extreme from where they were before but because they're not realized or they're not enlightened, they have so much ego around it that they think that because this happened to them that they must be special because they weren't special before, and so but because they're not, their subconscious isn't worked through, and they're not seeing the world correctly or positively, that they tend to look down on even things that are wrong.
Right.
And so people tend to do that with food and it usually comes from a space of wanting it help themselves and they want to change other people.
Right.
Because vegans are healthier.
There's no argument, right? Like, what are we even talking about?
Yeah. They have mostly, like if you're really pure vegan, you have no chemicals in your body, or the least amount of chemicals. You're not eating meat. You're digesting quickly.
Right.
And then, but if your subconscious isn't on point, then you think you're better because your body is working better.
Right.
And if you're not behaving, most people don't really behave correctly, and so they are looking down on people that haven't made the choices yet.
Even vegans be behaving badly. That'd be a good, real, like a reality show. Vegans behaving badly.
There you go. Another idea.
Write it down, Brenda.
Write it down.
Another We're going to get a Kickstarter.
Yep, creepy caress.
No, they come at you.
Vegans behaving badly.
Don't you steal
That actually is funny.
Yeah.
We could do a sketch about that.
Hurry up and get it out. Hurry up and do it.
Yeah.
I'm a pescatarian, been a pescatarian for 12 years now.
Yeah.
And I just saying, I don't eat meat.
It puts people.
You think you better than me? You wanted him? What? I just said that I eat seafood only. I still eat seafood, sir.
Vegans behaving badly.
But you think you
Like, no, I don't actually. This is just what I do for myself so I feel better.
Right. Like, I don't care what you eat.
Right. I think also it comes from a place of that anger. Also comes from people who have tried to do the healthier and couldn't, and they failed, and it makes people get in their feelings about. So you're talking about how you're doing this successfully, and it's making me reflect on how I can only wake up and eat bacon every day.
Yeah, it triggers them.
It does.
It's kind of like
being keto diet. Y'all heard about keto?
Yeah, I do keto.
You do keto? Okay. Is it okay? I had a homegirl, she posted on Facebook.
Nah.
She was like, for lunch, I had 4 strips of bacon and cream cheese. I was like,
that's not healthy.
We doing this?
It's still it's still keto because she's doing. It depends on your reasoning.
But that's not healthy.
Bacon and cream cheese.
That don't even sound healthy.
But hold on, but she might not be doing it for those reasons. She might be doing it for weight loss.
She's doing it for weight loss.
If you're doing it for weight loss and you eat that, you're going to go into a ketosis. You're going to burn fat instead of carbohydrate. And you're going to lose weight. But
and your heart. Like, are you going to lose your heart?
Yeah, and you're also going to build cholesterol.
Absolutely.
And but eventually we're all going to die. So who cares?
That's true. But
let her die skinny and happy.
Girl, I saw that. I was like,
gonna be happy.
Right? I was like, enough. Enough is enough. Bacon, 4 strips of bacon and cream cheese.
Yeah, no,
Girl.
that doesn't even.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't.
But I agree with you. It's kind of like when somebody is really positive and then, or let's say it's a group of negative people and somebody's really positive, they're not vibrating the same.
No.
Just like vegans and non-vegans.
Right.
And so it's going to be annoying. And like when even me, when I'm depressed and I'm in my worst mood and somebody that I know is real positive comes to me, I really don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not ready. I'm not receptive. I haven't processed these feelings yet.
Right.
And, I don't want to hear it. And vegans want to help people because they want to. That's a natural thing.
That's
to
a
want to
natural
help
thing.
people because you've
You
helped.
feel better and you want to tell people about it, but you're going to get that reaction.
It's a Messiah complex, man.
It is.
Mhm.
We
It's
talked
in
about
everything.
being Jesus on the last episode. But yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say is like the reactions that it gets from people is also because like it's a very spiritual thing. It is a spiritual thing to say you're eating clean, and the people I guarantee that attacked me are people who don't have faith in anything. Like I guarantee that. Like. Because there was like, if you understood like eating fruits and vegetables, it's from the earth. Like that's what it was put here for, to nourish.
Hold on a second. Or it's about kindness. Like it's about not eating animals, and
absolutely.
it's about being grateful for the earth that has given you this food that is actually medicine. Like so, and if you're not understanding that, and that somebody has found that, then you need to.
But it goes back to the base of like we've been taught like ever since we were kids, eat your fruits and vegetables. Like they're the ones that nourish you. So like, why is it me saying this is what I want to eat most of the time? So it makes me feel better and it heals. Like, why is that triggering for people?
Can I admit something?
People crazy.
Yes.
So
people are crazy too.
They're crazy.
I was eating.
Keep going back. They crazy too.
Girl, crazy man, crazy, crazy.
Ooh, they crazy.
Ooh, crazy.
Sorry, Brenda. Go ahead.
No, keep going. I like
They're
Different octaves of the crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy.
Ooh, that shit's crazy.
Crazy. Crazy.
I wish we had what's his name from Boys to Men.
Mike, the one that kicked out the group to get cast out of the group.
Wait, he got kicked. I thought he got sick.
No, girl, that was the rumor. So he got sick, I think, back in the like 90s. He got sick back in the day, but they had like a group discrepancy where he didn't like the direction they were going in, or he just didn't get along with the rest of them. Girl, he got cast off the island. He ain't sick no more.
Stop.
Girl, he is not sick.
Oh, this is a revelation. I had no idea.
Definitely
You know what we're talking about. Boys to Men. One of the members was gone for a long time, and the rumor was that he was sick, but apparently they just
I think he was sick for like a week, and then they were like, "No, you gotta go."
They had some differences.
Now they out here.
He's like, "I don't want to be a boy to man anymore. I'm a man now." I've been a man. I've been a man since 94.
I was a man. Low key, he did look like he was 20 years older than the rest of the members.
When you're big like that, there's something about people that are really big, like that tall, like back. You ever seen an NBA player that doesn't look like he's 35?
But wait.
They all look like
they don't live past 70.
They don't.
You ain't never seen no tall grandfather. You ain't never seen no grandfather that was 6'6" and above.
No.
Never.
Look at who was the...
I don't really see people that are 6'6" above it.
You don't.
Ever.
You don't see...
So I'm not going to see them as grandparents.
No, like, I don't even know these people. She's like,
There's a flaw in your logic, friend.
She's like, I in general don't see
them at all.
People who are 6'6", so I won't.
I ain't never seen no tall granddad.
You can't make me.
They don't live. Look at Michael Clark Duncan. He wasn't old when he died. He was a giant. Andre the Giant. Speaking of giants, Andre the Giant, he died when he was like in his 30s or 40s.
But low key, Mike from Boys to Men, even though
their hearts can't take it.
He probably wasn't tall. He was just taller than them. Low key, he probably 5'9".
The rest of them were just 5'2".
Right.
Yeah.
Probably 5'9".
That is true. All the men in Hollywood are 5'6" and below. Anyway, continue.
really
Brenda,
funny.
did you lose your train of thought? Because we interrupted.
No, I'm just having
Boys to Men.
I'm just having fun.
We had to get that out.
I kind of want to look up Boys to Men and see what.
Brenda, you don't know nothing about Boys to Men?
No, I do. I do.
Da-da, da-da, da-ya-ya-ya, da-da.
What song is that?
Motown Philly.
Oh, that's right.
Philly. That was their first.
Yeah.
That was their first song.
It was.
I remember that. I was in my
say
mom's
it.
uterus.
Right.
Don't say it. You 28, Brenda.
I was in my dad's right ball when that happened.
28. No.
He kept tugging at it. I was like, ow. I'm
And
coming.
you were like,
There you go. 28.
so we went from
harmonies with 1,000
been
other
from
sperms.
broccoli to farts to singing testicles on this episode. We're all
Singing
over the place
testicles. Oh, I can't wait to read the description.
for this episode. I can't wait. So stupid. What were you about to say? That was
forgot.
like 10 minutes ago.
I forgot.
Oh, sorry, Brenda.
No, it's okay. This was fun.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. How did we get on Boys to
I was
Men?
like, because you said something. I don't know. And I was like, he got kicked out the group. It was just so stupid. I don't know.
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
I don't either. Men in Hollywood, Boys to Men singing groups. Girl.
Procrastination.
I got a good quote from church about procrastination. Let me read it.
What church do you go to?
I go to 1 LA. Shout out to.
I've been to 1 LA before.
Have you?
Over on La Brea.
Mm-hmm. Where's the quote? You know what? That's the wrong one. Hold on. Stay tuned. Oh, here it is. Okay. They mentioned this. It's not the pastor's quote. It was another. Bishop Rosie O'Neill. She said, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God owes you another chance to do tomorrow. What
true.
he gave you the chance to
do today.
It's the arrogant assumption.
We're going to find ourselves on a Christian network.
That's pretty good. Never. Are you kidding me? For one day.
I know. They'd be like, this is hilarious. We've been talking about a lot. But that's so true. I just burped. That was so true.
It's okay.
So real.
I had a whole bag of Doritos, so I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, the Doritos. I haven't smelled your breath this whole entire time. You warned me when you came in, but I haven't smelled it.
You want to know something else about karma?
What?
About my karma having to pay it off? I also live in a house that is always full of Mexicans.
Really?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah.
More?
It goes back and forth.
More.
So they ain't built that wall yet.
On Creepy Caress, we always make fun of it was always so irreverent, and I would always be making fun of Mexicans just as much as I could.
Though? Like, why?
Just funny. Like, on our
in a
old
really
podcast,
ignorant way.
We would just make fun of all the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like, just to make fun of, obviously not Mexicans, but the people who really thought that way about Mexicans because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we would just rag on Mexicans just because it was so stupid.
Yeah.
But she's manifested it.
I've manifested it, and now I'm always in a house that goes in and out full of tons of Mexican people, and they're always looking at me like deer in headlights, and then everybody's talking Spanish, and I'm the one that's left out, and
You're like, huh?
yeah, it's cool. I love them. I do. I did, but I was like, oh, I did. I definitely did. I came from a house in Malibu to a house full of Mexicans. Like, that is the universe.
You did this. We manifest everything. Like,
We do.
Yeah, the whole dating. That's why I had to stop talking about being single and not being able to find men.
Yeah.
Like, I had to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And realistically, it was my fault because I was saying I couldn't find men and wasn't no dudes out here. It was just because I wasn't going nowhere and looking. I was at these comedy clubs hanging around the same little nasty, ashy little dudes,
It's
and
true.
I kept saying
Ashy
that,
little dudes.
which was untrue.
That's also why I stopped doing stand up, because I was saying the same thing over and over again with people. I was emotionally associated to it and believing it, and then telling it to people who were then believing it, and that makes the manifestation stronger. And I was like, I want out of this cycle.
It's like Trump. How we got Trump as a president. I'm telling you, if we don't stop talking about him like this, he gonna manifest another 4 years.
Well, we got hacked, so he getting in anyway.
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, people keep talking about I know, I don't either. I just said it as a
So,
thing.
I'm
But
just like, yeah.
what was I going to say? Oh, we almost went on a Dickspedition. We still got to do that.
What
Where
is that?
we gonna go to Northridge? What did we say?
I think we were going to go to like Manhattan Beach, I think, was the
Northridge.
actual destination. But maybe we should go even further. Maybe we should go somewhere like Carson. Who
was it? Chinadu said we need to go to
Hawthorne?
Can I know what a
Huntington
dick's position
Beach?
is?
No, it wasn't like beach.
And you guys can map this out later?
Just trolling for dicks.
We're gonna go down there and get
We were just talking about because we keep like just what Kennelia said is that we complain about not meeting people. All we are is at the clubs. We're at the comedy clubs, and we're doing the same thing over and over again. So in order for us to reject the notion of us being crazy because we're expecting a different result doing the same thing over and over, we were like, let's go somewhere where there's normal people, non-comedians, and try and meet some regular ass people.
Can you guys hang out with regular ass people?
Yeah, this is an ongoing.
But we already do, because some of these comics we be hanging out with, if it weren't for the craft of comedy, they would be regular ass people dudes anyway.
Yeah,
so we already
those are the ones that aren't funny.
Yeah, we already in.
Yeah, why are you hanging out with funny people?
Because you be standing around and you be under the heat lamp, and then somebody come up and talking. Here y'all go have an hour-long conversation, and then they get on your nerves. We already are in the circle where that might happen anyway. So if we got to drive to Chatsworth, then we just got to drive to Chatsworth.
That is legit the conversation we're like, where are we going? We were trying to find these like random cities.
It wasn't Huntington. Was it?
I think it was Manhattan Beach.
Oh my gosh.
Because here's why we selected Manhattan Beach, and it was my idea because my friend Tyra, her sister, met a dude in Manhattan Beach. They ended up hooking up. She got pregnant accidentally within probably I think a few months of them hooking up. They're like happily together now. Like they're like in love.
And this is the story you want to emulate?
No, but I'm just saying
it happens for people at Manhattan Beach.
I was like, we got to go to Manhattan Beach.
I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go. Like I wasn't like, I don't think I want that from. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I don't even want that for myself either. But it was just like, there's hope in Manhattan Beach. I was like, that's what it boiled down to. Like there's hope there.
Hope.
There were like 3 other women who were like, let's go.
And then like 3 of them caved. Like I ended up going out with Trevina, who I had on the podcast.
Did y'all go to Manhattan Beach?
No, we got lazy. We ended up just staying in Hollywood, and then we found nothing. And I was like, bitch, we gotta stop doing this. We went to like the most bougie bar and was like, how come nobody in here talking to us? Like that's why.
Y'all gotta go to go to the Room on Wednesdays. That's still a social spot.
The Room?
Yeah, it's Cherry Pop on Wednesdays.
That's on Cahuenga?
Yeah,
right?
it's on Cahuenga. That's
Cherry Pop on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that part.
Is that Black Night?
Yeah, pretty much. But it's not like hood black night because the party's been going on for so long.
Why
Yeah.
cherry popping? Like virgins?
You know, black people have to have names.
You gotta have-
I
like
know the
tripping
names,
on
but
Tuesday,
there's always
crack them up Thursday.
there's always some kind of reason for it, right?
I guess it's your cherry. You popping your cherry to having a good time on Wednesday? I don't know what.
I don't know what it is.
So then there's never really a reason. It's just
No, I think it's just,
Yeah.
I think there's something about black people and like gimmicks and like just neat branding of like a thing. But the branding is never like a creative, like cool name. It's always something like,
always, yeah.
it's always whack.
Yeah. No, it's a good social party. They play like 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. They play some new stuff, but you dance. Every time I'm in there, I'm dancing.
You dance.
I'm
Okay.
socializing. Men don't have a problem coming up to you, interacting.
Oh.
It's very community and social.
Okay.
So we can all get together at around 10 p.m. and then
We got to go
in
to
there,
Cherry Poppin'
Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
Go in there, get a little dance on, and then go home by midnight and be in the bed. Like, guys, come on.
It's perfect.
Be in the bed.
Girl, in that bed.
That's perfect.
I'm trying to be out till 3. I'm not trying to be out till 3 hunting. I can't.
No.
I wake up at 3.
Do you?
Do you to meditate
Yeah, well, to start my day, but
at 3 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning? What
When
time do
do
you
you
go to
go to
bed?
sleep?
4?
no.
Wait, it's Brenda's bedtime in about 2 minutes. We gotta.
I go to bed, depends. Sometimes 9, 10.
That's a good time.
9,
-ish.
10.
Yeah, 9, 10.
Were you asleep when I texted you last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured so much. I was like, I know she gets up early, but at 3.
Otherwise, I'm pretty quick at texting back.
Whew.
How long
Yeah.
do you meditate?
That's
in
when
the
I
morning?
be
It depends.
wrapping it up.
But I do what's called sadhana of like different types of meditation techniques or things or practice from like 3 to 6:30, and then I'm off to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
What
a
gym
good
do you
one.
go to?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I go to a transgender gym.
They
What?
have a trans.
I know. Manifest it.
They have a trans gym.
Yeah. It's right by
Trans
my
fitness?
house.
What did you do?
No,
Build
it's
out of curves and like.
It's called Everybody, which is really it's like 6 minutes.
Everybody.
Yeah.
everybody.
It's 6 minutes from my house.
but it's all transgender people. Like,
no,
you?
it's all everybody.
Oh,
I mean, like it's everybody.
Yeah,
but
how much is the membership? It's probably cheap. How
it's
much
cheap
is
as
it?
fuck.
Where is it? Because I'm gonna start going
donation
there.
based.
LA Fitness is expensive.
It is cheap. It's like $70 or maybe
year?
$60. No, a month.
A month.
That's expensive.
That's expensive. LA Fitness is $24 a month. I'm about to
really?
cancel my membership because I
That's
never go.
expensive.
Oh.
That is
Did y'all go to
expensive.
Burbank Athletic Club at one point?
Mm-mm.
Burbank Athletic Club was $10 a month at one point.
Well, look, it's 6 minutes away
I'm
from
about
my
to go
house.
there and I
They
hate
closed it
driving to
down.
Burbank.
They closed it.
That's why. They couldn't afford the overhead.
You guys are missing the best part. The
Okay.
bathroom is all gender.
Yeah.
So you share the bathroom with men,
Everybody.
women, everybody. With
Oh,
men, women, and everybody
penises
there
out.
seems to be transitioning. So you don't know who's going. Everybody's in the middle of their transition. So you don't know if they're going from male to female or female to male.
Oh.
So I spend like half my time looking for muffin tops.
That's exciting though. But not like it's
Keeps you busy
exciting,
on the
but it's
treadmill.
like, oh, you know what? But no, it's $70 a month. I can't.
Yeah,
I
no.
give somebody like when
If there
I
were 25, I would go to the, everybody.
maybe it's cheaper. Than
Everybody.
that. I don't know. I paid like the
everybody.
I paid the whole
Remember that
year.
song? Sorry.
You guys sing. Go ahead. I don't got shit to say.
If y'all,
You guys sing.
Y'all start singing, I'm gonna dance and sing along.
Everybody. That song just popped in my head because we kept saying everybody. So naturally, I'm going to start singing everybody.
Did you ask me where I go to the gym?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know you went to the gym.
I just started.
I'm about to cancel my membership.
Why?
I prefer nature.
Well,
I prefer hiking and walking outside,
I
running
started
outside.
walking up the hill on Mount Washington. That's where I live now. But then it started to rain and get cold, and I was
Yeah.
like, and at 3 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
I was just like,
That's what prompted me to get a membership was because of the weather. I was like, oh, it's going to get chilly and I'm not going to want to go outside. But then I'll just like go to yoga class or something instead.
they have classes.
For
Trans
$70 a
classes.
month, they should. That's expensive.
I don't know if it's
Brenda.
$70 a month.
She don't know nothing.
Well, it could be cheaper than that. I'm not sure. I paid, in full.
For the year?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and so no, 6 months.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't really. I was just like, okay, I'll do it. But it was 6 minutes from my house,
Oh no, that's
and I get to look
That's
at
great.
transsexual people. the whole
That's
time.
great. All that is great. Is that
Yeah.
how they sold the package to you?
That's how I bought
Look
it.
at all these transgender people that
One
you get
locker
to check
room.
out.
Like,
That's what sold me. Choose which way they're going.
I didn't know. See,
What?
but now I feel like this is gonna create issues because now it's like segregation. Now I know it's everybody, but it's known as like a transgender, and I'm not saying I have
I
a
don't know
problem,
if
but I
it's
feel
known
like it's
as-
gonna spark some controversy with some people that are like
I'm going to read you what
ultra PC.
the broccoli people?
Yes, just in general. It's like, how come they get their own gyms? And I know it's for everybody, but if it's a predominantly, that's like if black people had their own gym.
But because when you go to the gym, you get trolled and stared at and gawked at by dudes in the gym. So yes.
Well, also I think that if
and women, because I be looking hard.
I think also if you're that was hard. That was hard here.
They be walking in the door. I be like, these dudes be walking. Listen, I be like,
ooh.
I think it's more about people feeling comfortable walking into the locker room as who they are. You know?
Absolutely, that's what it's about.
Yeah,
absolutely. And
I like that because it gives people that freedom. Because that's gotta suck to be like half. I don't know, like if you're a woman trying to be a man and then you got a beard with a pair of tits and you don't want to walk into, you know what I mean? And you have to, like, think about trying to walk into your value, right? And just like, let's say I'm worth $50,000 or $100,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
How hard it is to believe that before you have it.
Yeah.
When you go in job interviews and you have to like pretend and then become it, whatever, blah, blah. Now, these people have to do that within their sexuality while they don't look like it.
They don't, right.
That's got to be really, really difficult.
Of course.
That's kind of what I like. But I want to take this second to read their mantra here. It's
Please.
on the wall. Just, I think it answers your questions. So everybody is more than a gym. We are a community of all bodies to strengthen and heal. We do not tolerate discrimination or oppression of any kind. All are welcome.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So that's kind of like the general feeling around this whole gym.
It's a shame that every gym can't be everybody.
I agree. As a matter of fact, I should get free membership for talking so much about
low key, because we didn't know anything about this. But
we'll see if they can sponsor us.
But now, but they don't want everybody to know because you still have people who are just going there just to troll, or people. Everybody doesn't have the same good intentions.
No, but look, they don't tolerate any kind of oppression. They get kicked out.
Get your ass up out the gym, dog.
Yeah.
You can't be here.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Are we out of time, Paul? Okay. Oh, man. We were just getting into it.
Oh.
Tune in next time when we finish the lyrics to Everybody.
Next week, it's just going to be like, everybody. We finish the song. That's not the same song.
It's a mashup.
Thank you, Kennelia. Thank you for finishing my sentence.
It's a mashup.
Because somebody can't keep up.
Look how mad she got.
I know it's not the same song.
Candace got pissed. Like, I know. I know.
Karma.
It's not the same song, Candace. She was like, I know. It's a mashup.
Oh my God. This made me so happy today. Thank you, Kennelia, for joining us today.
This was great. I had a great time.
You
know. Nice to see you again.
You too.
Nils. You guys, thanks for listening to The Struggle. If you have not subscribed, make sure you please do that. Like and rate and review us on iTunes. Also, if you haven't told somebody about The Struggle and you listen to this regularly, the least you could do is just tell somebody else that you want to bring some joy to. That's all it is. Just tell somebody. Thank you for listening. You can find me at Jokes by Candice on social media, CandiceThompsonComedy.com for my performance dates. Brenda, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Brenda Colonna on Instagram.
And Kennelia, one more again.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Cannelia, also Cannelia.com, and have a podcast. Happy Hour, a shot of conversation available on iTunes and all apps where podcasts can be heard.
Boom.